Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Nanny Faye Chrisley unleashes on casino dealer. Chrisley Knows Best alum, Nanny Faye Chrisley has unleashed on a casino dealer, but what happened to make her go feral? The fan favorite grandmother loves casinos and gambling, but it seems that one dealer said something to set her off. So what happened and how did Nanny set him straight? Keep reading for more details. Fans have long loved Nanny Faye Chrisley, as she is just herself. She makes no apologies for what she says, does, and who she is. Furthermore, she can get her grandkids to get in on her antics, and it can either wind up great or in a hot mess. Yet that is the fun of it, and everyone wants someone like Nanny in their lives. Sadly, she was diagnosed with bladder cancer in 2021, which broke everyone's hearts. Fortunately, she had the support of her family and her daughter-in-law, Julie Chrisley, who she credits for being by her side. Unfortunately for Nanny, her son, Todd Chrisley, was sentenced to 12 years behind bars, with Julie receiving a 7-year sentence. However, she has remained extremely optimistic, and her cancer has since gone into remission. Nanny is very involved in her grandchildren's lives and shows up on their podcasts whenever they need her. She also has an optimistic attitude about Todd and Julie's release, but does have some fun and quirky stories. Recently, she was a guest on Savannah Chrisley's Unlocked podcast and told a story about a casino dealer who she had to set straight. No one mistreats her, and she made that very clear. Yet it seems that Nanny Faye was at a casino, and the dealer let her know who she was. Not a big deal, so she said that she hoped he enjoyed her. He then brought up Todd and Julie going to jail, and proceeded to ask what they were going to do. Nanny wasted no time telling him they were making a movie on it, so drunks like him had something to watch. Nanny Faye proved that she is not one to be messed with. She will be kind, cool, calm, and collected. Yet do not mess with her family and talk poorly about them. That will get you a tongue lashing, which she believed God sent to her. So after hearing how Nanny dressed this dealer down, what did fans have to say? Tell them Nanny. Watch out for Nanny. Nanny Faye is a whole vibe, nobody messes with her. We all know better than to mess with her. Oh, yes, love me some Nanny Faye. There was no doubt that what she did was cool and deserved. No one messes with Nanny Faye, and this was a lesson learned. What do you think of Nanny's response, and are you impressed with how she handled herself? Let us know in the comments below. Under the glittering lights of Las Vegas, where fortunes are won and lost on the turn of a card, one woman was not about to let a slick-talking casino dealer ruin her evening. Nanny Faye Chrisley, the firecracker grandmother of the Chrisley Knows Best clan, became the talk of the Bellagio after an explosive and utterly unforgettable showdown at a high-stakes blackjack table. And trust us, she didn't come to play games. Not with the dealer, anyway. It all started innocently enough. Nanny Faye, dressed in a sequin jacket and sporting her signature red lipstick and a drink in hand, had made her way to the VIP lounge after telling her friends, "Tonight, we either win big or raise a little hell. Either way, we're gonna be remembered." With her usual southern charm and flair, she took a seat at the blackjack table, where the air was thick with tension and the scent of ambition. Players included a high-rolling Texan oil tycoon, a tech billionaire who wore sunglasses indoors, and a mysterious woman named Vera, who claimed she used to be a card counter in Monte Carlo. The dealer, a young man named Chad who clearly didn't know who he was dealing with, greeted the table with a dry smile. "Place your bets," he said with barely concealed boredom. He looked at Nanny Faye's sequined attire and raised a brow. "Oh, honey," Nanny Faye said sweetly, fanning herself with her stack of chips. "That attitude, you can keep it. I came to win, not to babysit a surface in a vest." Laughter rippled through the table, but Chad didn't smile. That's when things began to heat up. As the cards were dealt, Nanny Faye leaned forward. "Let's get this party started," she said, throwing in a few hundred in chips. She was off to a good start, a couple of blackjacks, a winning split, until Chad began dealing with what she called sass in his shuffle. On a hand where Nanny Faye doubled down on an 11 and received a 2, Chad smirked slightly. "That's the game," he said dryly. "Oh, you think you're slick, don't you?" Nanny Faye narrowed her eyes. "You deal me a 2 with that little smirk like I don't know the house edge. Boy, I've been playing blackjack since you were in Pampers." Chad tried to remain calm, but the back and forth escalated quickly. "Ma'am, the cards are random. That's how it works." "Don't you ma'am me with that condescending tone," she snapped. "You want random. You're about to get a random drink thrown your way if you keep up that sarcasm." Gasps echoed around the table. The tech billionaire leaned back slowly. Vera looked impressed. Even the pit boss started inching closer. Then came the hand that changed everything. Nanny Faye, holding a 16, looked Chad dead in the eye and said, "I'm standing. And don't you dare tell me I'm making a mistake." Chad looked smug. "Dealer has a 10 showing. You sure?" "I said stand, not speak," she barked. Chad shrugged and revealed the whole card, a 6. Then pulled a 5. The table groaned. "Dealer 21. "I knew it," Nanny Faye bellowed, jumping out of her chair. "You stacked that deck faster than I stack my grandkids' Christmas presents." "Ma'am, please calm down," said a security guard who had been alerted to the situation. "Calm down," she roared. "Let me tell you something, young man. I've been calm through 3 divorces, a menopause that could melt paint off the walls, and my son going to prison. This ain't even a blip on my blood pressure chart." The crowd gathered. Phones came out. People whispered, "Isn't that Nanny Faye from that Chrisley show?" Security tried to usher her away, but she dug in her heels. "I came to play fair, not to be insulted by a boy who learned dealing from a YouTube video." The pit boss intervened, offering her a complimentary buffet and a penthouse suite. "Darlin', I don't need no buffet," she snapped. "But you give me 5 minutes with that dealer and a fresh deck, and I'll teach in what real Southern hospitality and justice feels like." Eventually, with the help of her friend Gladys and one too many cocktails, Nanny Faye was gently escorted from the table, still muttering under her breath, "You should be lucky I didn't pull a slipper out of my purse." The next day, #NannyFayeVegas was trending on social media. Clips of her confrontation circulated widely, with fans praising her no-nonsense attitude. One popular meme read, "Don't mess with Nanny Faye. She'll call your bluff and your manager." Later, in a video on her personal Instagram account, Nanny Faye addressed the situation with a mischievous grin. "Now listen, y'all, I may have gotten a little passionate at the table, but when you mess with my money and my martini, it's game on. And Chad, if you're listening, bless your heart. Maybe next time, deal the cards and not the attitude."